Congestion and mucus when you're sick is part of our immune system, and I thought that being sick would be a perfect opportunity to explain this because I've just had so much mucus and congestion all night. So when we're congested, this is our immune system trying to protect us. It's our immune system responding to a pathogen. That could be things like bacteria or a virus like coronaviruses, RSV, a cold, influenza, and also allergies. You know, with allergies, you see similar symptoms to this, like swelling and mucus production. So what happens is your immune cells will detect the irritant or the pathogen, and it triggers inflammation right here. This is why you feel very swollen here. So the blood vessels in your nose and your airways swell, they become bigger. We call that vasodilation, and this leads to that stuffed up feeling or congestion. There's also cells that make mucus called goblet cells, and they line our respiratory tract, and they're triggered to make even more mucus when you're sick. So these cells are spread throughout our respiratory system, like your nose or your throat and your lungs and other areas of your body that make mucus. And mucus is this sticky substance that's designed to trap pathogens so that they don't go down to your lungs. It's supposed to protect you. So when you feel like you constantly have to blow your nose, it's your body's way of trying to get rid of all that crap, all that pathogens. You're just trying to get rid of it because you don't want it to go down to your lungs and cause an even worse infection. And then there's something else called the mucociliary escalator. So it has to do with mucus and cilia. So our respiratory cells have something called cilia, which are these hair-like things. And the cilia work together to move the mucus and everything the mucus trapped, like the virus and pathogens, up and out of our airways. And this is to protect you. So it's supposed to be like an escalator sweeping it up so that it doesn't get to your lungs. So when there's a lot of inflammation, mucus production increases, and this also makes it a little bit hard for the cilia to move efficiently, and it leads to even more congestion. So that's where all of this comes into play. Basically, your body is producing all this mucus because it's trying to trap the pathogen, and then the congestion right here, a lot of times it's from the inflammation, and inflammation is trying to kill the pathogen. And sometimes things like Advil, ibuprofen help because they lower inflammation, and when you lower inflammation, you reduce the swelling of your blood vessels, and this might relieve a little bit of congestion feeling, but it doesn't do anything for mucus production. The best thing for mucus production are things like steam and a hot shower to try to just get rid of it. And remember that mucus is trying to trap all those pathogens just so it doesn't get to your lung and eventually potentially cause pneumonia or worse infections.